to give us some color commentary and strategy throughout the day. Michael, welcome.
Javi, you want to be back? Looks like it's going to be a good C final.
It looks like it is. C final coming up. The red flag is out. The men are getting staged. Woo-wee. Welcome back. We hope you had a great lunch. We ate in 17 seconds, and it is now time to make it happen. All right, it's official. The white flag is out. These men are ready to get started.
All competitors, lane number 3, warning.
Yep. False start. White flag still up.
All competitors, be prepared. Ready. Lane number 4, warning.
All right. 2 false starts. Everybody's eager this morning. The red flag is up. Let's get back to a good start here.
Everybody's nervous because Michael Booth is here with us.
The white flag is back up.
All competitors, be prepared. Ready.
Hey, now we got a good true start here. What's happening out there? Looks like Tigo Andrade making his way to the front, followed right next to him by Adrian Canzelli moving into third.
We have a good start by the Frenchman in lane number 2, Vincent Verpilla. But everyone is being pushed to the left. They're going to have to pedal on the left-hand side if they want to change their navigation towards buoy number 1 over there. It looks like Thiago Andrade from Brazil is now leading. So Brazil in first place. We've got France in second place, trying to get back to the front from the left-hand side. Thiago Andrade is going to be pushing further to the right and will reach buoy number 1 in first position.
Oh, Boothie, what do you think about those jumping the gun there? These guys are excited.
I think it's nice to see the eagerness of everybody. I'm not sure what the rules are, but the start, I think, should be fair for everyone. And I think the star's doing a good job sort of calling out those people who are sort of jumping the start a little bit. So I think Emily's done a great job there. Mate, you saw them all get really swept. I'm not sure if the current's pushing a little bit harder or that wind's got up a little bit more, but it was definitely a lot of the field getting pushed right to left. And so it's something those athletes who are coming up in the next rounds need to be really thinking about. It's like, where am I aiming for? Like, should I be aiming for that boat on the other side? Should I be aiming for one of the pillars on the mosque? Or should I be aiming straight for the can? Because if you're coming sort of upwind and people are coming around you, you're going to be getting stuck up on that can.
All right, it looks like the Brazilian Thiago Andrade still in the lead after a pretty good start, pretty clean start. Vincent Verpilla sitting in second place right now. So Brazil versus France in this final C. And it's a starboard in third place. I'm not entirely sure who was on starboard. I'm pretty sure Sébastien Montserrat Orel was on starboard, as well as Zomart Satubaldin from Kazakhstan. But difficult to tell with that angle who is who. I'm pretty sure it is the Brazilian, though, on that starboard at the front. And Vincent Verpilla has got the red Porsche or Ferrari-looking Lightboard Corp holo board. That's the Paradoxa model.
Looks like we had somebody go down in the back there. We are now onto a 7-man field for the competition. For all you watching and enjoying right now, I believe our 1 through 4. Oh, this is our final C. Nobody's moving forward because they already are forward. This is the final C. This is for all the marbles. They're going to be the top, not 10 in the world.
You're going to be top 20.
They're fighting for the 17th place right now with 8 athletes in final A, 8 athletes in final B. So whoever wins this race will be ranked 17th.
17. Ho-ho.
If my math is right.
You know what? We've got the calculator out. The binoculars are coming out. It's time.
We've got mathematical support from Australia with Michael Booth joining us in the commentary booth.
Yeah, it's great to see Adrian Carhenzili. I'm not sure if that's exactly how you say his last name, but he's been racing for many years now, and it's great to see a couple of Swiss guys out there with Carl out there as well. These guys make get too many races around the circuit. I think Carl does most of the races around the world, so just shows that 50+ age group is really strong. They're getting out, they're having a crack, and you know, these guys are as much part of the top end of the sport as any other age group.
How are these guys feeling? It's day 4. They're a little bit exhausted, I would think, especially if they made it through a lot of different sprint champions. They're now, you know, seeing what their training is going to do. This is the end of the day of tech, and a lot of these guys are going to go on to do the long distance race. How do they factor that in?
Well, they're going to be tired. I think at 50, I find like it's sort of like 3 days as a minimum to recover from any sort of high-end activity. So when I'm coaching people, I sort of really have to factor that in. So I'm sure if they're doing multiple racing, if they're doing the sprints, the tech, and the distance, they're definitely going to be feeling it. Like, there's also the heat factor over here as well. Like, you know, you got 35 degrees most days. Maybe it's a little bit cooler with the wind, but people coming from Europe, especially now, North America, it's going to be getting colder there, so they've got to have to really factor that in this week, and just making sure they're staying hydrated and keeping fluid. And, you know, it's different at 50. I'm sure there's like the younger guys in the 50s who are reveling, and the older guys in the 50s are probably struggling with that a little bit more.
Looks like there's a big gap between number 2, Vincent, and number 3. What do you see out there?
Well, number 3 would be Sebastián Montserrat Orell from Mallorca, Spain, chased by, actually very close to him, Guyol Beck from South Korea in fourth. It looks like Thiago Andrade from Santos, that's the state of São Paulo in southern Brazil, is leading over the Frenchman Vincent Verpillat. Vincent is also a Va'a and outrigger canoe paddler. He was taking part in the Rio Va'a World Championship a couple of months ago over in Brazil. He's currently sitting in 2nd place. He comes from the west coast of France, from the Lacano Paddle Race Club. So Vincent Verpillat 2nd, so that would be overall ranking for these two gentlemen, 17th and 18th in the 50+ men's technical competition. That is, of course, if everyone is showing up in Final B and Final A. We will have 8 competitors in each of these two finals, and maybe a sprint finish between the Frenchman Vincent Verpillat and the Brazilian Thiago Andrade. Who's gonna get it? A little bit of sprinting action to finish off this 1 kilometer technical race. France, Brazil, who runs the fastest is going to be France, and Vincent Verpillat taking the win, finishing 17th overall in this technical race competition, winner of Final C. Just to warm us up for an exciting afternoon of technical racing. Thiago Andrade is 2nd, and Sebastián Montserrat Orell from Spain in 3rd. 4th place for the South Korean Guyol Beck.
All right. Woo!
Adrian
back.
Kinsley, Carl Juxter, the two friends from Switzerland, reaching the finish line together.
Carl Juxter living in the USA, just making
right.
last weekend. He just did 31 miles in Chattajack. Pretty impressive to see him go Chattajack, come fly here and do all 3 events, right?
Yeah, he does more races around the world than most professionals. So
yeah,
it's really good to see. You see him at every event.
He's a monster, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and again, we are 2 minutes away from our 50+ men's Final B. These are the men who will surely break the top 20, some of them breaking into the top 10 of the world. Final B men.